complaining about the tools, I might have a problem. But, you know, I would like to see
when
him.
You bought those tools.
Especially when you're the one that bought those tools yourself.
Or you placed the order for those tools.
You placed the order for those tools. So if the question was, Oliseh coming to tell me that those guys are not good enough, I'm going to have a problem. But him calling players, there might be one or two players, you know, he was mentioning this guy, you know, a lot of people don't understand why. I don't understand. If I was close to Oliseh, you know, maybe he could just send us a tweet and tell us why. But, you know, by and large, I think you can't question the choice of a coach. You can question how the team plays and the results. But his choice of personnel, I think, is down to him. I mean, he was talking about Mario Jardel yesterday. A lot of players who do well for their teams, and you won't understand why they don't get to do well at the national team or don't get call-ups. I think there was also Giovanni Elba at some point. Yeah. He was doing so well in the German Bundesliga. A lot of us, up to today, don't understand. There was also Victor Ikpeba's teammate, Anderson, you know, scoring goals with all parts of his body. You know, and you know, just
ignoring him with one eye.
You know, even if some former coaches of the Super Eagles have even were quoted as saying that there are some certain players, even if they score in the moon, they're not going to get called. You know, so I really would not want to question his choice. I just want to wait to see how the team plays before I can, and not just one game, really. To be fair. You know, you can't just begin to analyze a coach's tactical deficiencies based on just one game. So maybe after 3 games, then I'll be able to see something.
I totally agree. I was sharing that view with some friends yesterday. But Tony, what I've seen and listened to sports pundits as you guys talk about this list is that it's not a bad team, but not one for the future.
Well. I think Sunday Oliseh has been very clear when he said the fact that we don't have any star players anymore. I think he was being diplomatic when he was saying that. But what he was trying to say actually was that we don't have top quality players. So we can only work with what we have right now. So and the truth about it is that he's walking a tightrope. Yes, he has to think of the future and think of how to get the team to perform in the future, but he also has to get results now in order to keep his job so that he can guarantee that future. So and when we start talking about the future of the national team, it's a gradual process. You don't entirely phase out the national team and bring in the under-20 team that was in New Zealand. That would be foolhardy. What you do is a gradual introduction of these players at certain phases in their development, because a player might play very well at under 17 and under 20 level, but he might take a longer bit of time to develop for the senior national team. I've seen players who did well at under 17, under 20. And they were 19 when they played at under 20, but they don't get their look into the national team until they were 25, which meant that their development was a bit stunted or took longer than expected. And all these are the things that Sunday Oliseh has to look at, has to understand. It'll be foolhardy for him to clean out the entire team and bring in a much younger team. Like I said, he has to keep his eyes on the present and is also on the future. So I think right now I'm not going to criticize anything that he does, because right now he hasn't done anything. He hasn't played this first match. So there's virtually nothing to talk about. We can only wish him the best and support him as he continues in his quest to revamp Nigerian football.
The word he actually used yesterday is rebrand Nigerian football, and that's what you saw on your screen. Members of the NFF and Sunday Oliseh at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. For them, it's about time to start making Nigerian football profitable. The guys in the studio, they've given their views on that Super Eagles team list released by the NFF and Sunday Oliseh. Let's dash down to Abuja. Toyin Ibitoye is standing by to speak to us. Good evening, Toyin, and welcome to the show. Hello, Toyin. Okay, we lost him. We'll try to reconnect with our Toyin Ibitoye to just find out what's going on in camp with the Super Eagles team. Let's quickly talk about the defense line. You guys noticed nothing was touched. Same team that played Chad, and maybe Sunday Oliseh was actually convinced to the performance of the defense line in that game against Chad.
Well, you know what they said. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I thought this defense line, they coped with the Chadians quite well. And if at this level of football, you need to start rolling in tanks or resurrecting the likes of Uche Okechukwu to come and play the defense against Chad and Tanzania, that means there's something abysmally wrong. But we've always consistently known over the past 3 years, the Nigerian Premier League has shown that we have players capable within the system, right here at home, who are more than capable of dealing with the challenge. Godfrey Obabono, who plays for Cheka Rizespor in Turkey, actually made his debut while playing for Sunshine Stars in Nigeria. And there are plenty of them like that, right here in the Nigerian Premier League. Leon Balogun, who plays for FSV Mainz in Germany. Kingsley Madu, who I think did very well in his first game for the Super Eagles, plays for AS Trenchin in Slovakia. William Truss Ekong, central defender, who is originally signed to play for Genk, or is it Ghent? Ghent.
Yeah, Ghent.
Ghent in the Belgian league, but is currently on loan to FK Haugesund in Norway. I think he also did very well. Wasn't flashy, didn't do too much. He did the minimum required of him, and that is exactly what a defender is supposed to do.
Exactly.
Defend. Anything else is a bonus.
Do the needful.
Kenneth Omero, another player who has not developed the way we'd expect him to, is trying to resurrect his own career in Kasimpasa in Turkey as well. So this is a team that I think if they can't cope with Tanzania, when you also compare the fact that we also have players in the camp right now from the Premier League, if this defense can't cope with Tanzania, then there's a problem.
Well, we've just said it's still work in progress, and let's just keep monitoring them. We've been told that we've re-established connection with Tony Bitoye. Tony, good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you for having me.
Tony, so quickly tell us, what's the updates coming from the Super Eagles camp?
Well, camp is good. We had 2 training sessions today. The first training sessions under coach Sunday Oliseh, and it was a very good session that we had. As I speak to you, we have about 18 players have reported to camp. 2 were released to go and play for their clubs tomorrow in the Federation Cup, and we have 16 right now in camp. We will train again 2 times tomorrow because the coach wants them to understand how he wants the team to play, and everything is turning out well. And the boys are enjoying it. The coach is also obviously enjoying it. And we hope that this will continue for a very long time, Austin.
So tell us some of the players that are already in camp.
The only set of players not in camp are the 4 players from Enyimba. And Okechukwu Azubike, you remember, is in Turkey. He is not in camp. And of course, the 2 players released by the coach, Samson Gadebo and Carl Luoji of Rangers. They were released to go and play for their club tomorrow, semi-finals of the Federation Cup. But the other players are in camp. I mean, the likes of Bola Salami, Bright Onyedikachi, Bright Ejike, Tunde Adeniji, Prince Agre, Stephen Eze, Jamiu Alimi of 3SC, Ikechukwu Ezenwa, David Obiazo, Ogbonaya Nelson, every other person is in camp, ready to go. The boys put in a very good shift in training this morning and this evening. And if we could build on it, I'm sure these home boys can even challenge some of those foreign-based pros that they have been talking about for places in the starting 11.
Tony, I'm sure you've been following reactions emanating from that Super Eagles list. Tell me, what's your take after seeing that list?
Well, I've always said it. If you bring everybody together and you tell them to draw up a list, no 2 persons will have exactly the same list. So, in as much as we have our preferences for players that we feel should be in or should be out, there's a man that is being paid to do the job. So I think the best we can do is to support the coach. He knows exactly what he wants from the team, and he has seen the players. And those that we feel should be in the team that he has not called up, he has a reason for doing so. He told journalists today at the training that some of those players are not out of the team. They will get their time, they will get their chance. So I think we should just be patient with the coach. This is just his first call-up of players. Let's see how it turns out, and of course see what happens going forward. But I think we need to support him and push him all the way to succeed in Tanzania.
Well, Tony, you know I won't let you go without giving you some light tackle. So tell me that player that you expected to see in that list that wasn't called up.
In the Nigerian team?
In the foreign team?
No, of course. People have been talking about Odion Igalo. We can't run away from the fact that Odion Igalo is usually one of the most prolific strikers Nigerian strikers right now in England.